doing it. You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L Podcast.
Rocking and rolling. We got a visit from Chicago today. What is happening? How you doing?
Great.
But you're not you're from Michigan though, right?
Yeah.
But
heck
you're
yeah,
in
local.
Chicago right now.
Yeah, my mom lives like a mile away.
What made you decide to leave Michigan and go to Chicago?
So I'm still in Michigan, but in like the Chicago area because I'm all the way in the bottom corner.
Okay.
But I work in cannabis. I'm a grower. I love the industry. I like plants better than people. So
It's easier to control plants than people, right?
oh, so much easier. They grow fast too. They don't talk back. It's beautiful.
For anybody who doesn't know, introduce yourself real quick to everybody.
What up? I'm South North Southwest. Y'all can call me South or Val. South North Southwest spells Val with arrows.
That's sick. That's sick as hell.
Yeah.
I got to listen to a few of your tracks. I like the Lil Wayne cover that you did. That was pretty special. I like your style. I think you got something very different. And Jesus Smokes pulled up. You know what I'm saying? Eli pulled up. You know what I'm saying? And is really advocating for you and getting you out here. How did you guys form a connection?
Yeah, that's my guy. So Jesus Smokes Entertainment manages me. We met through Backpack Zach. Back in the day, he actually shot my first video, and I accidentally stole him from Eli. That night, he was supposed to go to Eli was giving away a code or something on stage somewhere, and he canceled on him, and Eli, being himself, looked up who I was that he got flaked for, and he hit me up, and he was like, this song better be good, you know what I mean? And then it came out, and he was like, okay, that shit was so sweet. I wish I would have known. I would have came and dressed you for it. I'm like, I got 2 videos coming up. It was for my Cream video. It was like the first video I did with Kiefer. And this video for the song called Mary, that's about weed that KO actually shot. So I've been working with sick people since the beginning, low-key. So yeah, he came and dressed me for both them videos, and we just been kind of rocking ever since.
Very cool.
Hell yeah.
What was it like for you growing up in Michigan? Are you from Detroit?
Yeah, Metro Detroit. I grew up around here, kind of. So, like, Clinton Township, 15 Mile. I love it. I love Michigan. I don't really ever want to leave Michigan, honestly. I don't know if I like the snow, but I really can't get that hot either. You know, I, like, start feeling bad. So, yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect here. I like water. I don't like being too far from it.
Yeah. When did you realize you were going to get involved in music?
My whole life. My family's really musical. My brother plays like every instrument known to man. My dad has a beautiful voice. We all sang in church choir and stuff. So yeah, it's always just kind of been in my life.
When was the first time you realized that you were getting reciprocation for your music and songs you were putting out?
For sure. So I started doing like hooks and stuff for people probably like at the end of high school, like early into my adulthood. Just a lot of guys that were rapping in Mount Clemens and stuff, and they were really fucking with me, and I was really like, I was down for the ride, but then I accidentally started a family. So then I had this baby, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta do something smart, you know? So then I went back to school, got my business degree, started trimming right after that, got into the cannabis business, and then I got offered to go run some shit, kind of bringing both of those together. And then once I got my money right, I was like, all right, I'm about to jump back in. Like, now I can kind of fund my own shit and do it how I want to do it. So that's where I've been.
What was the first project that you put out that people really resonated with?
Cream did really well. The first video that Kiefer shot for me, it was really, really good. Sada Baby commented on it, so that was sick. That, like, gave it motion, you know, like, I don't want to say gatekeeper, but like people listen to his opinion, you know what I mean? So
sure.
Like that like doubled my followers, honestly, when that song dropped. And it got a lot of people talking about me and talking to me. Like I've been reached out for a lot of opportunities that I've luckily been able to take some really great ones and keep moving forward.
Yeah. Has the industry been something you're gravitating to more so, or is it something that you didn't expect it to be the way that it is?
I think going into corporate America with weed, going from the illegal market and then going into that and just realizing like, okay, like people in business, like there's good people and bad people in all industries. And once I realized I could kind of maneuver around the shitty people in the industry that I was in, I was like, oh, okay, like I see what a narcissist is. Like I can see you all now, and now I'm like, okay, like I think I could do this. I think I know what moves I need to do to like come up in this shit, you know?
Yeah, right. Like once you spot narcissistic behavior in the entertainment industry, it's like, all right, stay away from those people. And
Exactly.
move on to people that are just cool.
Oh, and they're everywhere. They're so bountiful, you know? I mean, it makes sense. Like people are looking for like glitter and glamour a lot of the times, and narcissists are really good at like manipulating that type of drive.
And they also sometimes they have a lack of awareness of what their actual success is, and so that's what's always confusing. It's people who have so much confidence and without having any clarity to their actions. It's almost like you think you're bigger than you are, so you're acting
and it's the same story every time. Like they're always saying the same thing. Like, oh, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, and it's just like, well, why haven't you like done that for like someone else? You know what I mean? Or yourself? Like, what? Why are you still here? You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just kind of maneuvering through that. That's why me and Eli are like such a good team. It's just like we're not here for like funny business. We're really just trying to get work done. Every day we're fucking on the phone trying to figure out what our next move is for this and what we're doing for that drop. And
for sure, I seen that you guys have something coming up with the Mexican OT.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty crazy. What's that all about?
First artist out of Detroit doing a song with that Mexican OT. Okay. Cue the applause. Yeah, it's a great song. The video is a movie. Diego shot it. We all went out to Houston for it, and it's crazy. It watches like a Tarantino film, and I get to be a hitman. Oh,
you figured you would have been what's her name? The girl that ODs.
No. Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, no. It's like a different storyline, but like, yeah, very Uma Thurman-esque. Like, for sure. Like, yeah.
So you're like Uma Thurman, but you're like a hitman instead.
Yeah.
Okay,
The Scorpion.
Cool.
It's like the legend of the Scorpion.
Sick.
Kind of is this, like, the song is called Scorpion, and it kind of plays out like that in the lyrics too. And then the video is just the perfect compliment.
Dive into the idea, the lyrics when you're talking about the Scorpion reference. We'll dive into the lyrics for everybody and expand on that.
So I'm a Scorpio, personally, and I just think that there's a lot of like really good traits that come with Scorpios. There's a lot of murderers though that are Scorpios too, and honestly, I just like to write murder songs. Like I don't know if it's grown up on like Eminem and Lil Wayne. I don't know. I just really like to write murder songs.
Right on.
Yeah.
So Scorpios murder. Like, which serial killers were murderers?
Oh, that are Scorpios?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, like half of them.
Wow.
Yeah. Scorpios be killing people.
Do you ever think about killing people?
Yeah. You know?
No. Not really.
I mean, like, societally, you don't say it out loud, but like everybody thinks
in an
about killing
imaginary
people.
world. Have I ever thought about killing somebody?
Like road rage.
There was like this time somebody tried to like fuck me up really bad, and I was like, man, I got to get this guy killed, like that. But he was like trying to hurt me,
and you weren't gonna be the one to do it.
And I wasn't gonna be the one.
That's
like,
interesting. That's an interesting take. No, in my scenarios, I'm the murderer, definitely.
Who do you think about killing?
Why would I say that here? Oh, that's crazy.
Give it like a imaginary version of this person. Like who is this? Who are these people?
I got too many real versions.
Damn.
I know. I guess I think about killing people, huh?
That's wild, man. That's super wild. That's crazy. So you don't dress like a murderer, so that's a good start.
Sometimes I dress like a murderer. I'm not even
really?
Sometimes I dress like a murderer.
Do you get inspired by killers like Zodiac?
No. I don't even know how we got so deep into this.
I think it's interesting. I think it dives into the song more.
No, I definitely had like a true crime like stint, right? When it was like first popping, like on podcasts and shit. I don't know. I don't even know that I'd get away with the murder. But I think that if I like got to the point that I was ready to kill someone, I wouldn't care.
I think I'd get away with it. They say like as long as you kill somebody that has no connection towards you, you get away with it every single time. Because there's like no way. How do they connect you with some person that you randomly killed for no reason?
I don't know. I think my fingerprints are in the system.
Oh, your fingerprints are in the system?
I want to say they are.
You've done time?
No. No, I haven't done time, but I have like a mugshot. And they took, my fingerprints are in there.
What'd you get a mugshot for? What'd you have to go?
Oh my God, stupid shit. I've only had dumb shit happen to me. I think the mugshot was this fake assault and battery charge when I was like 18. I went to go fight a girl, and she went to run away and crash her car into another car. So I think in filing that police report, she had to like say my name, and then I got prosecuted.
You were way more
But
interesting
yeah.
than I thought you were gonna be. All right.
That's hilarious.
So you working with the Mexico T? What he's really blowing up right now. He's taken over. What was the experience like? How did you guys get the connection? And what did he think of the song itself? Did you guys get to talk about it afterwards?
So he don't really do features like that.
Yeah.
His camp was like real adamant when we decided like he was just starting to blow up. Me and Eli both fucked with his music, and we're like, let's like branch out because we had already been fucking with a couple people on this side of town. And he was like, this is a guy. I'm like, fuck it, let's go. So he has this homeboy make this flamenco beat. And he's like, write this song about a praying mantis. And I'm like, So I sit down and I'm like, and I'm listening to it and I'm like, nah, it's going to be a scorpion, like for sure. So then I wrote it and yeah, he fucked with it and it took like a month. We set it all up. He got the track back to us probably like 2 weeks later. We were out there shooting the video. He's like the nicest guy ever. He was just telling me about his horses and his dogs and how he was just excited to go home to hang out on his farm.
It sounds pretty chill.
Yeah, no, he was really chill.
Yeah.
He was wearing flip-flops. I was wearing flip-flops.
Sick.
Yeah.
I also noticed that you work a lot with Detroit legend Boldy James, man.
Oh, Boldy James. Yeah, he's definitely an idol of mine. I worked really hard to start fucking with him. It probably took me a year to even get him to like see that I existed, to even consider fucking with me. So that was a big feat for me. And nothing but great things to say about him too. So humble, so nice. He really respectful guy.
Yeah, I mean, selecting him as a person to not only like get inspired by, but also to collaborate with is I think people don't utilize that enough. When you find somebody who's really dominated a certain area of the industry by actually being hip hop oriented and not just clout based, it's a special thing to want to work with those people, right? Is that in your catalog of people you work with? Is that something that you stick to? Do you need to pay attention specifically to who you work with?
I wouldn't say that. Like, I'm down to work with, I don't want to say anyone, but like kind of, you know, I really like making, I kind of dabble in most genres pretty much outside of country. I'm hitting a little bit here and there everywhere. So yeah, for Boldy James specifically, like I really like sitting in like the jazz hip hop like section of music, and he really like just fits in that pocket really well. Like I really like picking out weird beats and stuff. So it was funny that we did such like a popular song because I had actually optioned this other track to Eli for Boldy, and he's like, I don't get it, you know what I mean? But it was like more like boom bap jazzy, like I'm gonna drop it eventually, but yeah.
Cool. What's been your favorite part so far about being a part of the entertainment industry, your artistry itself? What's been the moment that stands out to you the most?
Definitely this OT feature has been like a new level of like, wow, like what the fuck, like how did I get here? You know what I mean? Like it's all just been like so beautiful. Everything is just kind of organically unfolded, and I'm just enjoying the ride, honestly. Like I was hyped when I got a Swainoh verse, and then I got a Boldy verse, and then I got an OT verse, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, I'm achieving all the dreams I could ever have hoped for and more already. So I'm just like really enjoying life.
Man, did you and Swainoh shoot like a music video together too?
Nah, man, you know, that's like the most elusive guy in the world.
Yeah,
so.
He disappears. But dude, you and Swainoh would be a crazy like album combo. Like,
yeah,
you guys just
totally.
made a whole
No, we
tape
got
together?
2 tracks together. No, for sure.
Yeah.
He's so sick to me. Like he was one of my favorite rappers, and I'm sad that he dropped off the face of the earth.
I know.
Sure.
I call him all the time. I'm like, "Where you at, bro?" He's like, "Oh, I gotta tell you a story," and then he hangs up. I'm like, "What the fuck? What kind of story
For
is
real?
that?" Yeah, straight up, literally. I'm not even exaggerating.
I believe you.
Yeah. You were back and forth between Chicago and Michigan. Talk about. Do you check out the Chicago music scene at all?
I dabble. They're like heavy in the jazz scene. I don't have a live band though, so I kind of haven't been able to hit that pocket really yet. But I'm working on it.
Cool.
But yeah, I like Chicago. It's probably my second favorite city, honestly. Like just from everywhere I've been. I don't really fuck with the West Coast as far as like me wanting to be there all the time. You know, like it's fun to visit, and I like that like most of the places you go out there are warm. But
That's the sickest part. They don't have to deal with cold, right?
I know. But this is a beautiful pocket of art. Like Detroit and Chicago really intermingle in art, I feel like, in a lot of ways. So like, yeah, I like it all. I like the whole section.
As music as a whole, when we just talk about music in general, do you like this generation of music that's being produced, or are you more of a fan of like 80s, 90s, 2000s or anything like that?
I respect it all. I feel like there's beauty in all of it, you know what I mean? Like there's the growth, the evolution of music. Like I would say there's probably equal parts of music I'll listen to today that I as opposed to like music I wouldn't listen to as back in the day. You know what I mean? It's just like my musical evolution has changed as far as like my taste in music, you know what I mean, from through the decades. So like, I don't know. I just respect it all. I love music. I just love music. I just don't like country music.
Country's where you draw the line?
Yeah, and I love Beyonce. I love Beyonce so much, and I'm really disappointed.
About what?
Her country album.
Oh, she dropped the country album?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Good. You're talking to the right people.
Lil Wayne dropped like a rock album, and I was very disappointed with that.
That one made me sad too.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. There were a couple tracks on that bitch though. He never misses completely, and I'm sure Beyonce has some too. I just haven't found it in my heart to listen to it yet. It just hurts my feelings.
Yeah, you just want people to stay in their lane sometimes. Like, all right, man, you make this good type of music. Try not to stray too far away, the opposite wrong.
She's a girl for the world. I'm not mad at her. I'm just disappointed for me.
Right. It's because you hear one of your favorite artists is dropping a new tape or an album, and then it's like something you did not want.
You know,
all.
and then she did that like electronica shit before that, and that wasn't really for me either. The dance album.
Yeah. Do you listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Is that Californication?
Yeah. Yeah, their new album sucked ass, and then Dave Matthews Band, one of my favorite bands of all time, their new album sucked ass. I'm just like, I'm skeptical. I'm wondering what's happening in the industry. How do you guys drop legendary music in the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and then 2020s, all this trash-ass music's being released?
I feel like it's like what Andre 3000 said. Like, they just like ran out of shit to talk about.
Yeah.
You know? Play an instrument.
How long do you think you could talk about your own life into music for?
I don't know. Lil Wayne can do it forever. So.
What about you?
Oh, me specifically? Yeah. Oh, forever. Like I said, like I like changing. Like I like becoming a new person as often as I can, or like becoming better. So I feel like that's never gonna change. Like I'm never gonna become stagnant. I just don't. It's not who I am. Like as a human. So.
Do you have like a spiritual element to you?
I believe in like everything and nothing.
Wow.
Yeah. Like who the fuck am I to know? You know what I mean? But I'm a respect it all, because I also don't want to be on like the wrong side of things.
What do you mean?
I mean, like I'm not gonna be like, oh, I believe in like the devil. You know what I mean? Even though I'm not saying I do or don't, but I'm not gonna like subscribe to it just in case. You know? Like I'm gonna be like, yeah, God, Jesus, for sure, could definitely be a thing. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people talk about it, so.
The same thing goes with the devil, though, because if there's a God...
Okay, like, yeah, like when I say believe in the devil, I mean like in like a... I don't know, man.
Satanic?
We were talking about me being a murderer earlier. I'm like trying to just like clear things up. Like I'm not...
Listen, nobody thinks you're a crazy satanic...
You don't know what they think.
No, it's very...
You're finna clip this shit up? We don't know what it's finna look like.
Do you think I would do that to you?
I don't know.
I wouldn't. First of all, I don't post stuff on like that on Instagram because I get banned. Second of all...
Fair.
I think it's cool because I think it's like it's mysterious. Like Eminem talked about that shit, but we all respect the fuck out of Eminem. Like it's like this guy was literally serial killer, hidden murder material in a cereal box on top of my stereo.
So good.
It's like
Kim
come on,
is like
man.
one of
Like,
my favorite songs.
Yeah, straight up. Like this guy was fucking crazy. Like the fact that we all listen to Kim and then listen to Eminem speak after that, like ever again, is crazy.
I know.
Like why are we so into that? What do you think makes Eminem so alluring?
You just believe him. Even though he's like, I'm lying, but like he's believable. I feel like, and that I think that's for any artist. Sometimes people can have the right words, but they just don't have the right delivery. Like you don't believe what they're saying, you know? It could be the truth, but you don't believe what they're saying. I think that's where a lot of people kind of fall short. And a lot of it, I think, is like they might be telling the truth, but like, is it the truth for them all the way? You know what I mean? Or are they comfortable being themselves telling their truth? So like.
That's like the whole point of Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. Like the whole point of those shows is being true to yourself. If you don't stay true to yourself, then everything falls apart eventually.
Yeah, same thing with Naruto.
Naruto, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the whole purpose.
believe it.
You start off as a person that just a manipulative liar without realizing it, and then eventually it catches up with you, and then it destroys everything around you, including yourself. And then people either at the point to transform from that, or you just keep going with it, and you never learn your lesson.
Right. I know, but you got to learn your lesson
Yeah,
so you can be better.
exactly. Did having a family change your trajectory as far as music? Like, did it make it go like, damn, like I gotta hold off on this even longer now?
Yeah, but I just like like I said, I embrace change. My husband is really like, he lives by everything's gonna work out, and he's like drilled that into my head through the years. So eventually I just kind of like gave in, especially like, I had a kid, like I'm locked in, like what can you do, you know what I mean, besides like just figure out what's in front of me. So that's just what I did, you know. And it's, you just find the happiness in what you got, and you just keep going until you find more. Like I'm always striving for more too. Like I'm hungry as hell. So yeah, I just keep chasing that. I just keep getting hungrier. I don't know.
Yeah, something fuels you, I'm assuming. Family probably fuels you to find that type of success through that, but there's something inside you that wants to find some type of success. Well, what would success be to you, like when you envision it?
Like comfort for myself and like the people around me that I care about, you know. Success is just like, I feel like I'm successful already, you know, so that's why it's hard to like really even, like, I just feel so blessed. I feel so blessed all the time. Like this is success. Like the fact that I wake up happy to be alive every day is success, you know, like simply. And if you're looking for it in material things, I just feel like it's not ever going to like fill you up the way you need to be full, you know, like your cup needs to be full with stuff that's good for you.
Yeah, because it's
your
like
success cup.
It's temporary, right? Like existential things are very temporary.
Absolutely.
Just buy shit all day, and it's like it makes you happy for like 2 days, and then you're like,
dude, and then you're empty again.
Yeah.
I know.
So that must mean that everything is internal. Like success has to be from within, not from without.
Yeah, for sure. But I do like money. I like winning too, though. You know what I mean? But I do like money. I mean, I like experiences. Everything costs money, you know? Like I want a lake house. I feel like once I got a lake house, I'd be pretty set. Like I could just go tour around and then just come home to my lake house.
I believe that because I stayed up north at a lake house last year, and every time I woke up and I passed the living room where you could see the lake, I was like, "What the?" I was like, "Is this
so
real?
Good.
Yeah, is this real right now?" I remember we were going around all these places around the area we were staying at, and I was like, I just want to go back to the lake and just stare at it. Like and when we left the trip, I was like, dude, I wish I just stayed at the lake. Like,
did you like go on a kayak or like a
paddle boat? Yeah, on a kayak and everything.
Yeah, you just fucking sit in the middle of the lake doing nothing. You like bring a fishing pole if you want. You just sit there and
just staring at it. It's like it's doing something.
Yeah, it's so serene. Yeah, it like heals you.
It does. It does heal you. Healing properties are crazy. A lot of people are trying to do everything to heal themselves these days. Do you sleep to like those ambient sounds and stuff like that?
No, I fall asleep watching Modern Family every day.
Yeah. What do you think the best?
King of the Hill.
What do you think for healing properties is the best way to? What was the best way for yourself in any circumstance where you did feel like you needed to be healed? What was the way that you found the healing to be best?
Come on, music. What do you mean? Yeah, of course. Music, you can hit any feeling you want. You could change a feeling. You could lean into a feeling. Like sometimes you want to be sad. You know what I mean? Or like you're so sad, you got to get it out. You're like, shit, I need to cry. You could play, man. We used to go through some shit, and I'm telling you, the Beyonce album, the Lemonade album, got me through some tough times. And like, oh, I hate my husband right now. Like, I'm finna listen to this whole album, and by the end, I felt better because she took you on the whole journey of like, I love you so much, I hate your guts, like I'm gonna murder you.
Facts.
And then back to like, no, I love you, you love me. We're finna figure this out.
Yeah, the whole roller coaster of a song and what it can do for you emotionally is crazy.
Dude, it's crazy. And like me too, like I would say even when I jumped back into music, like it was almost like I needed it for healing. Like I started writing because I was so sad. Just like corporate America is hard. And I realized that and I was like, oh, this shit sucks. But Yeah.
Corporate America is hilarious.
Yeah, it's awful.
The corporations, man. You think that's like a real thing that people have a dilemma with every day? Like, just
I think it's the people more than like the companies themselves, you know? Like, I don't know. There's a lot of dummies out here.
the thing is, people are always complaining about the corporations taking control of them. But it's like, why don't you just not work for the corporations? But then it's like you have to because you need.
Then
a
you
job.
have to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And people aren't. Everybody doesn't want to do stuff.
Yeah.
People like being content.
That's why Ben Stiller made that show. So, have you ever seen Severance?
Mm-mm.
It's literally about the whole show Ben Stiller made is about like when you go clock into your job, you don't remember anything before that. So your real life, the day-to-day life that you live, you don't remember any of that. You only know what's going on inside of the work life. So that way you're not thinking about anything outside of it.
Terrible.
It's like that's in real life. I know friends like that. I know friends that when they go to work, they're like, I just want to kill myself every time.
Yeah, I
I'm
like
inside.
lobby to my friends at work to like stop doing that.
What,
I'm
doing
like,
what?
we don't live to work. We work to live. That's
Yeah.
what I say. And I'll be like, don't you work 83 hours? You better stop at 80. Don't give them that.
You know people who work 83 hours a week?
I know people that work 100 hours. Or no, not a week. A pay period. We get 2 week.
Oh.
It's 2 week periods. Oh no, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Sometimes though, I don't know. As a grower, like sometimes
You work 80?
I have an 80-hour week. Yeah,
Wow.
if there's like a harvest with like a transplant, we got clones coming in or something. Like, yeah, you never know.
What do you think
Trimmers.
about the weed game right now? I know they had a little bit of it dipped down a little bit, but now it seems like everything's on the rise.
Every state, like you see it, like in California and Colorado, we're pretty much just following the same trends as them. So we'll come back up. That's why I feel like I'm down to like bounce around a little bit, just because Michigan is gonna have that. But because I know the trends, like I also know when these other states come online, they're gonna be up high as hell at first. You know, like when we first came online for rec, my job was buying pounds for $4,500. You know what I mean? Where like right now they're going for like $800-900, like the same weed. So
Wow.
yeah, I would just like want to like stay on the front end of that wave, you know, and just ride it around.
Have you developed a brand or anything like that?
Like for weed?
Mm-hmm.
No, I just work for other people.
Do you think you're gonna do that?
Like some white label shit. I don't know if the opportunity arose.
Cool.
I'm in my Snoop Dogg era. I'm saying yes to everything.
Do you think that the marijuana industry is something that people can still jump into fresh, or do you think that if you didn't
Hell
get in,
yeah. What? Think about like alcohol post prohibition. You know what I mean? And like none of these companies were established, and they've been establishing themselves for the last 100 years. There was a bunch of little ones, and there's still a bunch of little ones. There's room for everyone, and I really think cannabis is going to be more like wine. So there's going to be the cheap wine, and then there's going to be like literally like shit that gets aged for years. You know what I mean? Because it changes the flavor profiles. Like it's really scientific in a lot of the same ways. So like, yeah, cannabis, it's the very beginning. Like for the next 10 years, if you get in this shit, you're fucking set up.
whoa,
Hell yeah.
that's inspiring. So maybe the ship
It's not
hasn't
too late.
sailed. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. How do you get ready for your own studio time? How do you get ready to get into the vibes, the aura of what creates your music and your melodies?
Honestly, I don't. My life is really busy, so it's just kind of like scheduled. Even for writing songs, like I'm like, all right, on Tuesday I have like 3 to 5 open. Like, let me make sure I listen to some beats while I'm like working. Before then, pick one out to work on during that period, and then I just will like not do anything else. I just concentrate. Shout out ADHD. It gets me a lot of places.
Really, you don't seem like you have ADHD at all.
I smoke a lot of weed.
that slows
Yeah, I
things
like
down.
don't drink coffee. I like don't drink any caffeine. I wake up every day and I smoke a super fat blunt, and then 2 hours later I do it again, and then 2 hours later I do it again, and then 2 hours later I do it again, and then 2 hours later I do it again.
Fire.
Yeah.
Cool. Is there anything you want to talk about before we close out?
My new song is probably out right now with Mexican OT, so make sure you listen to that. Scorpion. You're gonna love it. Show your moms.
Anything else?
Show your dads.
Okay. This is one of the most interesting talks of all time. I will say that. I really dig your vibe. I think you have a lot of insightfulness, and also the murder stuff is pretty sweet.
Hell yeah.
And then you can tell when somebody's energy is in the right place with this stuff. Some people's energy is not, they're just doing it without even thinking about why they're doing it. But
For sure.
You have like a purpose for why you're making music and why you're involved in the industry, which is really cool. And you seem very interested about weed. And
I love it.
I'm going to invest in that. Now that you're saying it's still a thing, I'm going to get in there.
Dude, all your friends, like, that you said, like, they got in on the Michigan market. And like I said, like, Ohio just fucking came on. You could have got on that. You still can. It's still, like, in the first 6 months of this shit. Go put some money into that shit. Find somebody.
No, seriously, you're right. I'm about to literally do that.
Yeah.
As soon as I leave today, I'm going to call my boys and be like, yo, let's fucking go
run
off.
the Ohio game.
Straight up. I appreciate you being a part of this. I look forward to the song dropping. I'll promote it and put it out there for people to check it out. Because I'm a fan of that guy too, man. I think he's one of those dudes that emerge where I'm like, man, I fuck with your vibe, bro. Like, you're not trying to fake shit. You're genuine as fuck. Like, I fuck with that shit. So
hell yeah.
Seeing you guys on a track together is going to be sweet.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate you being a part of this. We're at Parallel Sound Studio,
me.
Highly Visual shooting these productions. Shout out Jesus Smokes, man. Fucking
period.
Coolest jackets in town, hats, and I got like 20 hats.
Coolest
at the crib.
guy in town.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Shout out him.
Always at the events, making everything bright and fun. We're out. Peace.